Create a trading platform, part 2, streaming data in C# using the Interactive Brokers API, where we left off from part 1, which was how to connect to Interactive Brokers API. We had this button here for connect and this combo box for the symbol and the list box here for the data. So I went ahead and added a bunch more labels and other combo boxes and numeric up down boxes and text boxes. So if you want to add a label, you go down in your toolbox here, click on label. Now if you have a bunch of them to add at one time, you can hold down the control key and add them at will, instead of adding one and then going back to label, adding another one, going back so what I do is hold down the control key and just click away. But since I've already got my labels there, I'll delete that. Okay, so you want to name, give them each a name. So under your properties here, properties window, we go to text, and under the text you type in symbol. You can also give it a name for reference purposes, but since we're not going to be referencing them, you can leave it at the default, whatever one they give you. It'll just be like label 1, label 2, or whatever. Okay, so then you do the same thing for the next one. Give it a name or a text value of quantity. Same with limit price, and go on through all of them. Also, if you don't like quantity, you can also name it shares. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. Anyway, this next one is a combo box, and for adding a combo box, you go to combo box here and then click on the form here and move it to where you want it. Since I've done that already, I'll delete that. But you still have to give it a name or a default value. Mine I set to Microsoft MSFT, which has to be all in capital letters, otherwise it won't work. But you can use other stock symbols like Netflix or Tesla or whatever your favorite stock is. And then I gave it a default value of, or a name, I mean, for reference purposes, of CB symbol. CB just stands for combo box and then symbol. And if you wanted to add other stocks to your drop down list in your combo box, you would add them here under items collection. So I have Microsoft, Tesla, and IBM. You can make them whatever you want. Okay, moving along here for the numeric up down box, which is right there. So if you wanted to add that, you'd click on this and then click on your form, and you'd have to give it a few values, like a default value, and you do that over here in your properties. I got mine set to 100 for the value. There's other values here. I have it set for 0 decimal places since it's going to be for the shares amount. I have an increment with the up down arrows, 100 shares at a time. I have it set to a max of 3,000 and a minimum of 0 shares. And you can also, when you're doing this, you can, in live mode, you can still change it to whatever share amount you want. and you can go over 3,000 shares if you want to. You just have to enter them manually in the box. But for moving up and down with the arrows, it'll go up 100 shares at a time to a max of 3,000 and a min to a 0. And okay, the name I gave it for reference purposes is NUM quantity. Okay, moving on, we have another numeric up down box, and the value I set at 0, decimal places are 2, increment by a penny, max 2,000. And you can change this max value too if you want. And the name, reference name, is NUM price. You should name it the same as what I named these for when you come to adding code, so your code is the same as mine and it'll work. Okay, moving along to the next one is a combo box. And the combo box, I have it set to smart. Make sure that's all caps. It needs to be all caps for it to work. And under collection, I have a bunch of other things like Smart, Arca, Bats, and Island. And the name I set to Combo Box Market, CB Market. Okay, moving along. Next one is a combo box. And the text is LMT, which stands for limit. And under collection, I have limit, market, stop, and market on close. You can change them if you want or add different ones. The name I gave combo box order type, CB order type. Okay, next one is visible. It's like how many shares you want visible to the market. I have it set at 100 for default value. And the name, I have it set to TB visible, which stands for text box visible. Okay, the next one is in text box. I may change this to a combo box later, but for now I'm using a text box. And the default value is NASDAQ. It has to be all caps. And the name I gave it is TB Primary Exchange. Okay, moving along here. Another combo box. Oh, and a text box you can get from down here, right here. That's where you get text box from. And yeah, you can add it, move it wherever you want. Anyway. Okay, we're on the combo box here for time and force. Have it set to day, has to be all caps, DAY. And in the collection, I have day and good till cancel here. And the name is CBTIF. And make sure that looks like mine. Next, we have a text box. Text box is set to 0 with the name of TB bid. Same for the ask one. I have it set at 0 and a name of TB ask. And last but not least, the last box is set at 0 again for the text right here. And the name here is TB last, text box last. Okay, the next thing you want to do is go to your e-wrapper here and look for the tick price method here and create a string called underscore tick price and separate each value by a comma, and then you need this to pass this on to the form 1. So just make sure that string here is there and this here. So go to your form next, and then delegate void. Make sure this is here. That's the string from the E wrapper. Okay, so then you create this method here from that tick price string you created. You can also get rid of this cancel right line too if you want. You don't need that. So then you create a list and then separate each variable by the comma. And when you get a ticker ID of 1, it'll continue on. And tick type will be, if you get a 4, that'll be for the last price. And so you want to enter that in your text box on your form. And since I was using delayed data before, I was using 68 for the last price, but since we're doing live data now, you want number 4. And same goes for the ask price. If you get a 2, that's the ask price. And make sure that's number 2, not 67. And then the bid price is 1. And put that on the text box on the form. Okay, in your data, make sure the data type is 1 for live, so make sure that's a 1 there, right there. Okay, then you want to go to your design, click on the symbol comma box, and then in your properties go to the lightning bolt and double click on selected index change, and make sure you put this call to a method in there for that, and then go back to the design and then move down to the key down, double click on that and make sure this is in there. This is to suppress a noise that it makes every time you hit enter in the comma box. If you didn't have that, it would make a ding noise every time, so that's why that's there. And then make sure you select all, and this adds that symbol to the drop down list. Okay, and then it calls that method for the new symbol request for the stock live data. Okay, then go back to your design, and then on key press, double click on that, and for this you want to change what you type in the box to uppercase so you don't have to hit capital letters all the time. So that's what that does here. Okay, so next we'll go back to the design and then hit start and then connect. So we're getting Microsoft prices in here, and so if you want to change that, you can either with a drop down menu get the prices for Tesla. Say if you wanted to type in another symbol like AMD or Intel, UAL, DAL, AAL. And by putting those things in this combo box, it makes things run a lot smoother and faster. Okay, so just so you know that the data is right, I got the thing here, Microsoft. So I'll change that to Microsoft. So you're getting the same prices, what appears here in the bid and ask. And the last price will be over here in your time and sales. Thanks for watching. The next video we'll do is a send order, and any of the code that you might have missed, I'll try and put that on my website. I have a new website. It's called sharpertradingimage.blogspot.com. It'll be there. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.